The courtroom buzzed with routine sounds, papers rustling, a gavel tapping, the low murmur of lawyers exchanging notes. Witness number 3, Sophia Carter, the bailiff called out. Sophia stood holding her daughter's hand. Can I keep Lily with me? I couldn't find anyone. Judge Wright sighed. If she stays quiet, fine, but one sound, she leaves. Sophia nodded quickly. She'll be quiet, Your Honor. Lily, just 3, hugged her stuffed bunny close and climbed onto the wooden bench. Her eyes wandered, curious but tired. At exactly 9:03 a.m., the courtroom doors opened. Officer Daniel Graves walked in, uniform crisp, confidence obvious. At his side patted Bruno, a large black and tan German shepherd. His ears twitched, alert. His tail barely moved. Sophia stiffened. Lily stared. Next witness, the judge announced. Graves approached the stand. Bruno sat calmly beside him. That's when Lily's tiny voice cut through the room. Bad man. Silence. Everyone turned. Judge Wright narrowed her eyes. Excuse me? Sophia froze. Lily, no, sweetie, he's a policeman. Lily didn't blink. Her little finger pointed, not at the dog. At Officer Graves. Bruno's head tilted, his eyes locked onto Lily. A soft whimper escaped him. Graves shifted. She's just a kid. Ignore it. But the judge wasn't convinced. Bring the child forward. Sophia hesitated. She's only 3. Now, Miss Carter. Sophia lifted Lily and walked to the bench. A calm, suited man stepped forward from the gallery. Detective Marcus Kane, Internal Affairs. Permission to speak with the child? Judge Wright nodded. Briefly. Marcus knelt. Hi, Lily. I'm Marcus. Can you tell me why you said bad man? Lily looked at Bruno, then whispered, He locked me. Gasps. Sophia's hand flew to her mouth. Lily, what are you talking about? Marcus stayed calm. Where did he lock you, Lily? The girl's lip trembled. In the dark, with barking. Bruno suddenly stood, his muscles tensed. Slowly, he walked away from Graves and sat beside Lily. Protective, still. Everyone saw it. Graves scoffed. This is ridiculous. Bruno let out a low, warning growl. The judge turned to Marcus. Detective, I want an investigation opened immediately. Graves' eyes narrowed. You'll believe a toddler and a dog over me? Marcus didn't flinch. If the kid's lying, we'll find out. But if she's not, so will you. The judge struck her gavel. Court is adjourned. Officer Graves, remain available for questioning. Bruno didn't move. His gaze stayed on Lily. The judge's gavel hit the bench sharply. Court is in recess. All parties, please clear the courtroom. Sophia held Lily close, her body trembling. Sweetheart, you must be confused. Officer Graves is here to help. Lily's eyes were serious, her voice steady as a whisper. He locked me. Sophia blinked, swallowing hard. Lily, honey, what are you saying? Before Sophia could respond, Detective Marcus Kane entered. His sharp eyes scanned the room as murmurs spread. He nodded at Judge Wright, who gave him a curt gesture to proceed. Marcus knelt in front of Lily, his tone gentle but firm. Lily, I'm Detective Kane. Can you tell me where you saw this man? The courtroom quieted, all eyes on the little girl. In the dark place, Lily said clearly, with the barking. A ripple ran through the spectators. Sophia's face drained of color. Marcus exchanged a glance with Sophia. The dark place? Can you tell me more? Lily's small hand gripped her stuffed bunny tighter. It's scary. It's cold. The dog barks all the time, and the man, he locks me in. Officer Graves shifted uncomfortably, but said nothing. Bruno, the German shepherd, suddenly tensed beside Graves. His ears flattened, eyes locked on his handler. Then something unexpected happened. Bruno moved, not toward Graves, but stepped forward, positioning himself between Lily and the officer. A low growl rumbled from Bruno's throat. Whispers turned into murmurs. Judge Wright's eyes widened. Marcus watched closely. "Bruno?" Graves called out, his voice sharp. The dog didn't move. Marcus stood slowly. That's very unusual behavior for a trained canine. He's protecting the child, not the officer. Sophia's voice cracked. "Lily, what else do you remember?" Lily's gaze remained fixed on Graves. "He was mean. I was alone. The door locked tight." Marcus pulled out a small notebook. "We'll look into this, Lily. You did the right thing telling us." Judge Wright returned to the bench, her voice heavy. "Detective Kane, I want a full investigation started immediately. Officer Graves, you will remain under supervision." Graves clenched his jaw. This is ridiculous. But Bruno's stance said more than words ever could. Sophia wiped tears from her cheeks. "Thank you, Detective." Marcus nodded. "We'll find the truth." As the courtroom emptied, Bruno stayed close to Lily. Calm now, but alert, as if silently promising to keep her safe. Later, in Judge Wright's chambers, the heavy oak door shut behind Officer Daniel Graves with a sharp click. He stood arms crossed, a bitter smile curling on his lips. "You're really siding with a toddler over me?" Graves sneered, voice low and cold. Judge Wright fixed him with a steely gaze. "We're not choosing sides, Officer Graves. We're seeking the truth." Graves scoffed again, but before he could respond, Detective Marcus Kane stepped forward, clutching a file thick with notes. "I've been reviewing your report from 6 months ago," Marcus said evenly, flipping through the pages. "The night Lily went missing at the block party." Graves shifted uncomfortably. Marcus continued, voice sharp. "You were the officer who found her? Locked inside a utility shed." Graves shrugged. "She was unharmed. Scared, but fine." "Scared enough to have scratches on her arms?" Marcus raised an eyebrow. "Because her mother remembers them well." Sophia's quiet voice echoed in the memory. Scratches, fresh and angry, all over her little arms. Graves' jaw tightened. "She couldn't have locked herself in," Marcus said flatly. "That shed had an external bolt. No way for a child that small to lock it from inside." The room fell silent except for Graves' heavy breathing. Outside, Bruno stayed close to Lily. The German shepherd's eyes scanned the room, alert and watchful, refusing to leave her side. A trauma specialist arrived to examine Bruno. The vet's hands moved gently through the dog's thick fur, pausing over patches of healed wounds. "These scars," the specialist murmured, looking up. "They're old but serious, signs of abuse." Bruno flinched at the touch, but remained calm with Lily nearby. Back in the chambers, Marcus folded the file and fixed Graves with a hard stare. "You're not telling us everything, are you?" Graves' facade cracked for a moment. "I wasn't the only one involved," he admitted, voice low. "It's bigger than me." Judge Wright's eyes narrowed. "Explain." Graves swallowed. "Some officers, they cover for each other. What happened to Lily, what happened to Bruno, wasn't just my doing." Marcus exchanged a look with the judge. This was no simple case anymore. Suddenly the pieces began to fall into place. Lily's whispered words, Bruno's protectiveness, the scratches, the locked shed, all signs of something darker lurking beneath the surface. Judge Wright stood, voice firm. "We will get to the bottom of this." Outside the chamber, Bruno rested his head gently on Lily's lap. For the first time, it seemed he trusted someone. And Lily's small hand stroked his fur, whispering softly, "I remember." The steel door of the storage unit groaned as Detective Marcus Kane and a team of officers pushed it open. Dust swirled in the stale air, illuminated by the harsh flashlight beams. Inside, Among forgotten boxes and rusted tools stood a small kennel cage, battered and corroded by time. Marcus stepped closer, shining his light inside. Claw marks scored the metal floor and walls, deep, desperate scratches, as if something had tried to claw its way out. Beside the cage lay a worn leather training whip, its surface darkened with dried blood. Marcus knelt, voice low but fierce. This was Bruno's prison. Back at the courthouse, Sophia's eyes widened as Marcus showed her the photos. He was kept in a cage like that, she whispered, horrified. Detective Kane nodded. And your daughter saw it. She remembers. Graves sat in the interrogation room, beads of sweat forming on his forehead. The walls seemed to close in as Marcus laid out the evidence. You're not alone in this, Marcus said calmly, watching the officer break. Graves exhaled, voice trembling. It wasn't just me. There are others. Officers who wanted it hidden. People above me. Marcus leaned in, voice steady. Tell us everything. Now. Graves swallowed hard. They wanted Bruno trained, harshly, to be the perfect weapon. No questions asked. The room was heavy with silence. Meanwhile, the courthouse buzzed with anticipation. The day's session began, but the focus was no longer on the robbery case. Bruno, once silent and reserved, now stood tall and alert beside Lily. His ears pricked, eyes bright with a newfound confidence. He wasn't the same dog who cowered under Graves' control. In the courtroom, Marcus watched as Bruno's loyalty shifted. No longer a guard for his abuser, but a protector for the child who had remembered him, who had stood by him. Lily reached up, stroking Bruno's fur softly. You're safe now. A murmur ran through the courtroom as the weight of truth settled. The dark secrets of the past were coming to light. And no cage, no matter how strong, could hold back justice forever. The courtroom was packed. Cameras flashed, reporters whispered, and the weight of months of hidden truth finally pressed down on everyone inside. Judge Helen Wright's voice cut through the murmurs, steady and clear. Daniel Graves, for your crimes against an innocent child and your betrayal of public trust, this court sentences you to 40 years in prison. Graves didn't flinch. His eyes, once cold and defiant, now flickered with something unreadable, maybe regret, maybe defeat. Sophia sat close to Lily, who held tightly to her mother's hand, eyes wide but calm. Outside the courthouse, the press swarmed. The story was everywhere, how a toddler's brave words and a loyal dog uncovered a terrible secret. The Lily and Bruno initiative was announced that very day. A new law enforcing strict oversight of K-9 units across the state, ensuring no animal or child would suffer in silence again. Sophia approached Detective Marcus Kane quietly after the hearing. Her voice trembled with gratitude. He's coming home with us, she said, eyes glistening with tears. Bruno is family now. Marcus smiled softly, nodding. He deserves that, and so much more. That evening in the quiet of their home, Lily climbed into bed, clutching her stuffed bunny. Bruno lay curled at the foot of the bed, his once tense body finally relaxed. Lily whispered softly, reaching out to stroke his sleek fur. You stayed, she said, her voice filled with wonder and relief. Bruno's eyes met hers, deep, loyal, and finally free from fear. For the first time in his life, the German shepherd rested easy, wrapped in the warmth of a home where he was loved and safe. Outside, the moon cast a silver glow through the window, and peace settled over the little family, healed and whole at last. In the end, justice wasn't delivered through piles of paperwork or hours of legal arguments. It came in the simplest form, a child's whisper and a dog's steadfast loyalty. Lily's small voice, barely audible, echoed louder than any courtroom debate. Her innocent words pierced the silence, cutting through layers of lies and deception. It was a reminder that sometimes The smallest voices hold the greatest power. Bruno, the once broken German shepherd, became more than a canine unit dog. He was a symbol of hope and resilience. His quiet courage stood as a testament to those who suffer in silence, whether human or animal. Their story sparked change far beyond the courtroom walls. The Lily and Bruno initiative wasn't just a law, it was a promise that no child or dog would be ignored, silenced, or mistreated under the guise of authority again. Sometimes, the truth doesn't come wrapped in evidence or expert testimony. Sometimes it comes from the bond between a child and a dog, two unlikely heroes who reminded the world that loyalty and honesty can shake even the strongest systems.